Hey guys, welcome to the channel. How is it going? So today in this video we are going to talk about the web novel chapter 231, and let me tell you that this story is connected to our previous videos. Make sure you watch it. Now without wasting time, let's begin the video. Apito and Beretta, who were fighting against Dino, suddenly disappeared. Although they had sealed his legs and were continuously torturing him, it all came to an end all too suddenly. Telling himself that it was probably his imagination that the torture was slowly starting to feel good, he started thinking of the reason behind Apito and Beretta's disappearance. What's with them? Dino had thought, but it only took him a moment, as the reason soon became clear. He had detected an enormous energy response, approaching at an intense speed. Oi, Ramirez! What is going on here? Dino yelled. And the reply to that was, for the time being, the fight is on hold. If you want to continue the fight, let's meet again later. An ambiguous reply. I see, that Zero completed the Labyrinth encroachment, so those guys are in a hurry to escape. Alright, nice, I am also probably saved with this. Judging that he was able to escape from the danger, Dino chuckled. But that was a very naive thought. Having assimilated with the Labyrinth, just as Rimuru and the others predicted, Zero had completely lost his reasoning power. At the end, his sense of self was just cultivated through printing. In front of great power, he couldn't resist and became an existence which only acts on instinct. However, that was also according to what Velda had predicted. Zero will absorb the surroundings' energy, multiply and enlarge. And then, he will bring destruction upon that area. That was exactly the way to operate the completed Aji Dahaka. Even a strong being like Zero is nothing but an activation medium for it. The stronger the medium is, the stronger Aji Dahaka's rampaging state will be. The evil dragon which was born, sublimed all the energy it had absorbed at once and turned into an existence which can even be called the sixth dragon species. And, abiding by its evil dragon-like instincts, it began the elimination of all life forms inside the labyrinth. Its name is, Mad Evil Dragon, Zero. The trembling inside the labyrinth started growing. Dino, struggling to get his legs out of the metal floor. That being Zero, who had lost all sense of ally and foe due to an extreme feeling of hunger. How do I say this, that Zero, seems like a different guy, or rather, is it really Zero? This is bad, he seems to have lost all senses. Aren't we in danger, as well? The three were dumbfounded, but it was Gracia who realized the danger first. And the bad feeling they were getting a while ago was indeed appropriate. Just as their eyes met, Mad Evil Dragon Zero came attacking the three. Pico and Gracia were saving their energy for their escape. Gracia came forward and blocked Zero's tentacle attack. The circle shield Gracia had equipped on her left hand had transformed into a huge shield unfitting of her slender body. And she kept on blocking the lance-like tentacles one after another. Gracia was originally a warrior specialized in defense. However, Zero, Mad Evil Dragon Zero, who had now assimilated with the labyrinth, had tentacles in all directions, making it possible for him to attack in all directions, as well. Protected by Gracia, Pico created several spears to negate the tentacles. But even that attack didn't have much of an effect in front of the unlimited tentacles. There's no way they could match up to the Mad Evil Dragon Zero, who possessed the amount of energy the dragons did. Pico and Gracia's energy were shaved off very fast, and that, on the other hand, increased Mad Evil Dragon Zero's strength. This is bad. At this rate, we will run out of energy and be eaten alive. What do we do? Even with my defense, we won't last long with this in front of us. There's a limit to how many shields I can create, you know. At the moment, the two of them were protecting themselves, but as long as the fundamental problem of not being able to defeat Zero persisted, they would just be prolonging their death. What do we do? At this rate, we will get annihilated. But, then Velda-sama will. Dino was troubled. Dino, think carefully. Veldanava and Velda are different beings, you know. Remembering Ramirez's words, he strengthened his resolve. That's right, that's exactly it. Why was I hesitating over something like this? Why was I trying to release Dagrul, to make him fall into depravity? Wasn't it all to get over Veldanava-sama's death? It is true that he still possesses his memories, but his personality, even the way he thinks, is like that of a completely different person. It's weird when I think about it. Is it possible that he also controlled my thoughts? Either way, taking care of Zero comes first now. Dino tightened his fists and punched his cheeks with all his strength. There was no pain. However, he could feel quite the damage to his brain. But with that punch, all the cloudy troubles inside Dino got blown away. Oi, you guys. I have decided to rise against that Velda bastard. But what will you guys do? Ah, geez. Who cares about such trivial stuff, just save us you good for nothing. That's right, Dino. If you don't hurry, my shield will be penetrated, you know? Besides, Dino, I don't think this world is such a bad place. The fried squid I had when we sneaked into this country was pretty delicious too. I heard it had demon ingredients mixed in, but it was pretty good, huh. And so, I actually didn't really want this war. I just came along. 'Cause you said you would follow Velda. That's right, Dino. We follow you. You guys, Dino couldn't hide his honest surprise to Pico and Gracia's reactions. Alright, got it. Seems like I made you guys wait a bit. Dino said with a smile of no doubt. And while smiling, and so, Pico, do something about this metal holding my feet, he asked Pico refreshingly, but don't tell anybody about this. Dino came forward with a daring smile. He had Pico destroy the ground and was successful in escaping. Now, then. I guess I will go all out for once. Divine Armament Manifestation. For the first time in a long while, Dino apotheosized and turned his body into battle form. His appearance was blazing with splendor, with 6 pairs of wings. Shining black and white wings. He had attired himself with a jet black pastor-like formal clothing and summoned 2 swords. Excalibur and Caliban. On top of it being a god-level weapon, it was also tempered thoroughly with star heart. White and black, holy sword and demon sword. Excalibur, which shone like gold, and Caliban, with a jet black body and star mount. Maneuvering those 2 extreme opposite swords skillfully with both hands, that was Dino's way of fighting. He was a dual-wielding swordsman. Using the god's greatsword Crumbling Fang was only his temporary fighting style, and it was also how Ramiris knew Dino wasn't serious. As Dino had not trained using a greatsword with both hands, he was only relying on his ultimate skill, Belphegor's hyper mode, to fight. The strongest swordsman in this world, that was Dino. Dino casually walked forward and lined up with Gracia, who was blocking the tentacles. Leave the rest to me. And just as he said that, he cut off all the tentacles in an instant. Gracia took a breather. It had been more than 1,000 years since she saw Dino in this form, but, as always, it gave her that sense of security. Good grief, you're so lazy. On contrary to her thoughts, Gracia had a smile on her face. Go, Dino. Send that monster flying. Pico cheered for Dino. Dino responded to her cheers by slightly shrugging his shoulders. And, at that moment, clang, clang metallic footsteps could be heard. Someone was walking towards them calmly. And then, that person asked Dino, is that your true form, so? Are you ready to apologize to Ramiris-sama? The man who came, Zijin, asked, without even showing any sign of surprise towards Dino's transformation. Hoo ho 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 ho. Seems like my righteousness has been proved, huh. Fine, I will forgive you. And so, Dino defeat that evil dragon species already. Was as such. Dino gave a bitter smile and then his expression stiffened. He noticed how Ramiris mentioned dragon species there. Good grief, Zero, that bastard. So he took in the labyrinth and evolved into a dragon, eh? No, that's exactly what Velda aimed for, giving him Aji Dahaka. If so, I can't think of anything other than him trying to use and destroy his subordinates. Certainly, such a guy cannot possibly be Feldon Avisama's reincarnation. Dino stood, without any doubt in his mind. So, will you help me out, Zijin? Naturally. Hearing Zijin's unhesitant reply, Dino smiled. Dino casually threw his sword to Zijin. That was Dino's favorite temporary weapon, God's grade Crumbling Fang. I will let ya have that. I need to defeat this guy quick and pay my debts to Velda. Zijin lightly nodded and said, I shall accept, and caught the sword with one hand. He then went and sheathed the sword on his back. And at that moment, the Crumbling Fang started shining dazzlingly. By the time that light settled down, a pair of wings had grown on Zijin's back. That was the Crumbling Fang's newborn appearance after having combined with Zijin. It was the moment Zijin's new ability, Crumbling Feather, was born. It accepted you as its master quite easily. Looks like I wasn't accepted by it till the end, huh? Dino grumbled. And then, the preparations of the ones left behind in the labyrinth was complete. Dino and Zijin. Next, it was their turn to attack. So guys, this was all for today's video. Thanks for watching.